You don't see that very often, do you? Beautiful. The spring's kicking in. And really loving it. It's just a shame I can't go much further than that fence over there. But that's lockdown for you. Hope you're all staying safe. Now today, a little bit of a vlogging video. I don't do these that often in this aspect, but a couple of things to unbox. And I want to talk about collecting, and I also just want to show off a few sales that I've had recently. I haven't done a proper what's sold outside of, previous videos, so I might touch on them today. First, I'm out here, I'm going to give a couple of the boys a treat. So I just had a sale then, and it was these tracksuit pants. So, the trackies isn't a game that I'd normally get in, but being AFL related, 100%, and I know that these, I'm pretty sure that these weren't produced to the public, so I assumed they were just produced to clubs for the players. Now, funnily enough, I went into this same op shop a few weeks ago and I picked up a pair of footy shorts for $5 or something, and they had the number 23 on the tag. Now, yeah, you can't prove that they were a player's, but being here in Ballarat, Jordan Roughhead, an ex-premiership player from the Doggies, I can only assume that they were his, because an op shop wouldn't write 23 on the shorts. Being something that I collect, I have a couple of Jordan's jumpers, which I display on my other Instagram, and I thought I'm just going to keep them. So I can I'm pretty positive, just me being a collector, that they were his shorts. But anyway, a couple of weeks later, I've gone in, and just as they're going on the rack, these trackies come in. Now, big size, he's a big ruckman, or he's a big fullback, he's played ruck. I can only assume they're his as well, but I can't prove that. There's nothing written on them. So I've just chucked them up for the 95 plus post for player issue trackies, and they have gone on to sell. So they're only up for a few days too, which is great. But here we are. I'm gonna feed a couple of these guys just some treats here for the fam. Look, this one a bit nippy at me all the time. So number one, what's going on, you? What's going on? What's that? Who's this idiot? Trying to give yourself a kiss. Now, I've got a treat for you. What are you doing, you big fat ugly thing? Look at this. Speaking of big fat ugly things, if you watched a recent video that I did where I went to Geelong and I picked up that big box of VHS for $2 for the lot. I said I would, sell off what was worth anything over kind of the $15. The rest I just put up for free on Facebook, which I did. The free ones, they're all gone. Look at this one having a bite. Yeah, bitch, what are you doing? They went up for free, and then there's probably about 20 that I plucked out and sold. So it was mostly like, Wiggles and Teletubbies and all that sort of thing. Now, we got these Barney ones in there, and I bundled them up, and they sold in the space of 2 hours, and we got $85 plus the 25 to the States. So, you right there? So $25 to the States, and that's essentially free, because it's $2 for that whole box. You've straight away got your money back, and then, the Wiggles ones and stuff like that has gone on for more. So I'm going to clean this one out, then I'm going to go over to the other Avery, and we'll do another sale over there. As you know, I am a big collector, and there's a lot of people quite often say they can't afford to collect things, which kind of surprises me, because you can. I highly believe you can, and you can do that just via reselling. Simple as that. There's so many different ways you can do it, and there's ways that I've done it. And I think I might talk a bit more about this in detail in the future, because, I've had some people say to me, I really want this and I'd love to collect that, but I can't afford to, it's very expensive. But you can literally do it for free. You can start up a whole collection and fund it for free, simply by buying lots of stuff, selling off the majority of it, keeping the things you need. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that today, some vintage toys that I've actually recently picked up on eBay. If you do want me to dig a bit deeper into that sort of thing, and I do have some plans in the future with my good mate Robbie Hollywood, we're going to touch down on a few things, but if you do want to see that sort of stuff, let me know. But for me, as I said, I love collecting the football jumpers and vintage AFL as well, figures and stuff. I'm a big horror fiend, so when it comes to anything to do with horror movies, I've got quite a bit of stuff there, and I've just always been into that stuff. Love it. So there's also the vintage toy aspect, and as you know, if you've been following this channel for a while, you know I love all that sort of stuff. I've got a lot sort of sitting behind me here, so I'm going to go through this stuff and I'll show you what I've picked up and what I plan to do with it. So forever on eBay, there is quite often you'll see just bulk lots of toys. People can't be bothered trying to part them out and sell them for themselves. So they'll just chuck them all in a pile and run it as an auction or put a buy it now. And this one popped up the other day. I just had to get it because there was something I needed. Now I've got just a few biker mice here. Biker mice from Mars. I've spoken about that on this channel before if you're not familiar with it. It's not something that you're going to get big dollars for. It's not, well, loose anyway. And it's kind of sells slow if you're trying to sell it. So I'm not here to tell you today to go and buy up on biker mice or anything else that I've got here, for a matter of fact. If you're not interested in this stuff, it's probably not worth your time just as a reseller to go out and start buying this shit. It's, if you want to try and fund a collection in this sort of thing or other things, there's so many other ways you can do this, whether it be, t-shirts or DVDs or whatever you want to collect, you can do it in this way. But I've got this box here and I'm going to crack her open. So there was 8 figures in it and it was $35. Then I paid the post on top of that. So it works out about $5 a figure. $5 a figure, which is pretty cheap. If you've seen any of this stuff in an op shop for under $5, I can almost guarantee you're going to pick it up. So the first one we got here, I'm doing the old camera hold today. I haven't mounted it. There's going to be no mounting on this channel, no swear words for a little while. YouTube really didn't like the last video I did, and apparently a few other people didn't as well. So I apologise for that if you get offended by rubber vagina, but we won't talk about that. Anyway, we've got the first one here. The first one to come out here is Mechaneck. Now, Mechaneck comes from the Masters of the Universe. So this toy was released by Mattel in the 80s. He's not huge dollars. That's the sad thing. Look, the old neck works. So these toys, they have sort of different features about them. Most of them are molded pretty similar. Quite often with these, you'll find the legs are broken. There's elastic in there, and very often you can find these damaged. This one's in pretty good condition, but generally incomplete like this one, you're only getting between $9 and $20, sadly. So I'm actually going to say, look, we'll probably get, I'm going to try and be as real as possible. I'm going to say we're going to get $12 plus post. We'll take postage numbers all out of it, but we'll say $12 for him. And then from that same line, we have Jitsu here from Masters of the Universe. I think I pronounced that right. I was never a huge Masters of the Universe fan. It was kind of just before my time, so I never actually owned these as a kid. So it's really cool for me to pick these up. But these guys, I'm actually going to sell them to help fund one thing that I was going to keep out of that. So this guy here can go, once again, if he's complete with his accessories, he'll go for around $50. But incomplete like this one, it looks like we can get $17 to $30 generally he'll sell for. So I'm going to put it in the kitty as about $20. What's going on, champions? We're here on a hike. Yeah. I'm carrying a bike because someone wants to walk now instead of biking. But anyway, speaking of that, have you entered the giveaway yet? Yes, we're going to be drawing that next week. What are we getting? We're getting the pair of Asics brand new in box. We are getting the New Balance brand new in box and the Sydney Swans IC Guernsey, yeah. And you can get it for nothing. How can you do it? Swing over to my Instagram and write on the post. So we're in number 2 here. I've got to go up the steps to get in this one. And they aren't as friendly in here. These ones are quite timid. As you can see. Oh, there goes a mouse. It's coming into spring, so that's when they all start shagging and making babies. So it's another money maker for me. It's another hobby. I love the birds. It's all bird people are weird. They pay big money, and they can be friendly creatures. But you've seen I've been whacked by a few of them sometimes. But anyway, they can get their thing. So the next one is a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt. Now I had a few of these. I picked up these tie-dye shirts. Shut up, idiot. These tie-dye shirts. I actually picked up a heap of them a while ago. I've kept one for myself and I've been selling them. This one here sat for a while, and the good thing is I can just do a self-similar on the same shirt. So I'm gonna get the fuck out of here, but I got $150 for that. Very good money on that shirt. 1992 Jimi Hendrix dead stock. So I'm going to keep him. Biker Mice from Mars. I do keep a bit of that stuff. It doesn't go for huge dollars, a lot of it. So quite happy to put that on the shelf. I didn't have him, so that's kind of the reason I bought this lot, because I knew I could make profit and add to my collection for free. So he will go on my shelf and I'll keep him. He'll go with the other biker mice. But generally, look, you probably only get around the $20 mark for one of these. And look, it's still good money for a toy. They're paying their post as well. And quite often, if you're going to find that in an op shop or a garage sale or something, you're probably not paying more than $1, $2, you know. So you always pick him up still regardless, but I'll keep him and he'll go on the shelf. And this one here is from the Mighty Ducks. So 1995, who made these? Disney. And I think they were about 95. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not real familiar with these and I haven't actually done my research on him, but from memory, I think it's only probably a $10 plus post figure. So I'm going to put him down as $10. If it is something different, when I do my research, I'll put a bit of writing up there that you can have a read of. But I'm going to have a guess and say $10. Ninja Turtles. You know I love Ninja Turtles. I've talked about them a lot. These are from the 1988 series. So we've got Donatello there and we've got Raph. Now Raph actually has Leo's belt on it. With their accessories, you get a bit more, but generally these would be a slow seller. They don't go super quick. And just as individuals, you're probably only going to get anywhere between probably $8 to maybe $15 tops. For me, I prefer to put them in bundles. So I bundle up just a lot of different turtles. But we're going to mark them down as $10 each plus post. And yeah, it's sort of completely up to yourself with these sort of ones. Do seem a bit, but they are very slow. So I was always big on Jackass growing up. That brings back some memories for me. I used to love watching that crap, people hurting themselves. I'm still not out. When I seen this t-shirt pop up on eBay for, well, it was on auction and I bid on it and we ended up snagging it for about $40, $50. I thought it was really good because they were signed by a couple of the guys that done a tour here to Australia in 2016. So there was Preston Lacey, Wee Man, the little midget. We had Dave England on there and Chris Pontius. There is a new movie coming out in a couple of months and I just figured, you know, it's probably going to be worth a bit of money coming up. So, you know, I'll buy up a bit of this stuff, the Jackass shirts and that. And saying that, I thought, bugger it. I had it there for a few weeks. I thought, I'll just chuck it on eBay and see what happens. I'll put 170 on it. Within 40 minutes, I got a $150 offer from someone in Canada. So, eBay arbitrage, and it sold so goddamn quick. So, very happy with that sale. Now, quite a while ago, I did a video where I went out garage selling and I picked up a big lot of vinyl records and laser discs. Someone in the comment or a couple of comments said, you're going to lose out on that lot, which really confused me because there was some really good stuff in there. Now the laser discs, yes, they didn't go on that well. I still have a few of them there. They generally only sort of trickling for 10 to 20 bucks. It's not huge dollars, but I have only paid around $1 to $2 a piece. But there was the Titanic one that I showed on the Wild World of Reselling that went for $120. There was some other ones there that have gone, like the Kiss one went for about 90 bucks or something. A few others have gone for really good money, but the best of the lot were these two. We got the Guns N' Roses and we got the Fleetwood Mac. The Guns N' Roses was actually a limited edition CD set. So these two were the best of the lot, but that lot I didn't actually track numbers on, but it did do really well. It was just the laser discs weren't much chopped, but all the vinyl in there, really good. This guy here, his name is Retaro from the Thundercats. So that's from 1985, this toy. And one thing to check with toys is always if they have, you know, if they're spring loaded or they have triggers on them, make sure it all works. But he's in really good condition and it looks like, I don't know a lot about the Thundercats. So I wasn't into it heavily at all. I've never really even come across it. So this is a first for me. But it looks like I can get anywhere between 20 and 30 bucks for this guy alone. So, and that's, as always, plus post. So, look, he will be sold. I'll sell him. He's no good to me. It's not something I collect. So that's just another way to keep funding this collection of mine. This one, I wasn't sure if I'd keep him. I like it. It's from the late 80s. It's from the Ghostbusters. So he is actually a zombie. I don't know his name or if he has one or if it's just zombie. But look, there's nothing really on eBay for him, but I'm quietly confident I could probably get 30 bucks out of him. well, more. I'm going to list him for more. I don't really know. I've seen him sort of sell in the States for some decent money, but I'm going to kind of list him high and just see what happens. Just because you don't come across these often, so I just feel like he might go for a good price. I would like to put him on the shelf, but I think I'll just, you know, sell him off and get my money back. So to do the numbers on that, if I was to sell all them for, like, I've gone for probably lowish prices. I'm going to price these higher than what I've stated. I do feel like I probably will get more money, but, you know, I just want to keep it as honest as possible. And look, maybe we'll touch down on this later on and see what happened with it. But if overall, if I went by those prices that I've kind of just stated, it'll return $132. So when you take out your fees and the initial buy-in price, that brings me to $67 profit. Now I've allowed $20 for that biker mice figure, so I'm going to take him out, which brings me down to $47 profit on that box of toys. Now that sounds like it's kind of not much money for what you got to do, which, yeah, technically it's right. It's not huge bucks. I'm not here to make money, essentially like big dollars out of this. This is something that I enjoy, and I think sometimes we forget about that when it comes to reselling. We're all money, money, money. And sometimes you got to sit back and appreciate the things that you like. And that's something that I like to do with things like that. I enjoy this stuff. I like flicking through it. It doesn't take me long to list that stuff. I can list it really quick and I can find a collection. So now, $47 in the bank, plus I put something towards a collection of mine that one day, if my son inherits, he makes some money out of it, or if I sell it, you know, you can build up that collection, you got a lot of money there. So, and at the end of the day, some cash in your pocket. So free toys. It's honestly a really simple breakdown of kind of doing that. You know, as I mentioned, don't go busting into something like this and go, shit, yeah, I'm just going to go buy up every bulk lot on eBay there is. Don't do that, especially if you're not interested in this. I really highly recommend against that. But if you want to build a collection of something, whether it be this or anything else, you can do it from not much money. You can start from selling a few things around your house, invest that money into a bulk lot of whatever it is, video games, board games, whatever the hell you want to collect, and then sell off a large quantity of it to continue building. Because in these days, you know, we don't all have a lot of money, and collecting can be really difficult to build up a big collection. I know for me, collecting Match 1 parachute jumpers, some of these things are going for thousands of dollars now. So, you know, we don't all have that in our back pocket. As simple as that. And some people they still want to collect. So it's just a really good way to do it. And that's what I like to do. And last but not least, this Port Adelaide jacket, made by Vivid Australia. Back in the day, they'd done a lot of AFL apparel, and if you do see stuff made by Vivid, it's definitely worth looking into, because there's probably going to be a couple of bucks in it. We got 180 for this. I did pay up for it, but very happy to move it. Fairly quick sale, and I'm always kind of buying up that sort of stuff. I do love my AFL, and most of the time I hold on to a lot of it. But yeah, this one moved along, and pretty happy with that. So that's just me done going about my day a bit and telling you a few of my sales and showing you what I picked up. So if you do like that sort of thing, let me know below. If you do want to hear a bit more about the collecting side of things, let me know below. I will touch more on that in a future episode, but I appreciate you being here. Make sure you signed up into the competition, which is over on Instagram. The video that we spoke about, it's a few videos ago. I can't even bother directing you to that. So just go over to Instagram. I've got a post up there for the giveaway. Go and tag one of your mates in it, and you have the potential to win some free shoes. Put them on eBay, make some money. So how good's that? You gotta love making money out of nothing. I'll ship it anywhere in the world for nothing. So and that's something that you want, get on there. Even if you don't sell shoes, you can send them to your mate. You can tell me where to send them. I'll send them wherever the hell you want me to. So I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video.